Every September, the Film Federation of India chooses one of the year's releases to represent India at the Oscars. That title gets sent to the Foreign Language Film Award Committee in Los Angeles, now called the International Feature Film Award Committee. It is the body that chooses the five nominations for the coveted Oscar. So far, only three Indian films have made it into the final five: Mother India in 1957, Salam Bombay in 1988, and Lagan in 2001. None of these films won the award. It is really surprising for a country which makes about 1500 movies yearly to fail so miserably in the Oscars. Why does Bollywood, or as a matter of fact, Indian cinema, never wins? Is it prejudice faced from the West, or is it something we need to improve to increase our chances of winning? Let's find out. If we look at India's nominations for the Best Foreign Language Film, we find the common elements like poverty and struggle for survival. These elements were common in all Indian movies that made to the Oscar nominations for Best Foreign Language Film. Mehboob Khan's Mother India, that was made in 1958, was India's first film to be nominated for the Academy Awards for Best Foreign Language Film. Mother India is the story of a mother from poor rural India. It highlights the family's constant struggle to survive against a evil moneylender. The film showcases great survival in the most adverse conditions of that time. Meera Nair's Salam Bombay was based on the tribulations of day-to-day life of children living on the streets of Bombay in 1988. When an 11-year-old boy, Krishna, destroys his brother's motorbike, in retaliation he is sent to a traveling circus to make money for bike repair, but he winds up in the streets of Bombay's poorest slums. The legendary film Lagan, made by Ashutosh Gowarkar in 2001. The film was a cinematic masterpiece and highlights the struggle and victory of oppressed peasants of British India who were suffering from a prolonged drought, and how the villagers play a game of cricket to save themselves from paying Teen Guna Lagan. It seems like the West cannot get over their obsession of tagging India as a third world country and only recognizes content that highlights the characteristics of a third world country: poverty and struggle for survival. Many brilliant Indian films never made it to the Oscar nominations because it chose to focus on other aspects rather than the third world tag. It was also far ahead of its time. Some of these films are Saheb Bibi Aur Gulam, 1962. Saheb Bibi Aur Gulam never made it to Oscar nominations despite being brilliant. The reason why this classic featuring Guru Dutt, Meena Kumari and Wahida Rahman never got a nomination is because apparently the Academy wrote a letter to Guru Dutt saying that a woman who drinks was not permissible in their culture. It seems like foreign language films should be suited to American culture. I wonder, why do they then have a foreign language category? Mahanagar in 1963. This ahead of time Satyajit Ray classic presented a working woman breaking stereotypes and fighting societal norms, and was a major breakthrough in the movement of bettering the representation of women on big screen. The movie is actually relevant even in the current times, especially for its treatment of patriarchy. Although we like to associate movies like Slumdog Millionaire, Life of Pi, and Gandhi with India, but all these movies which have resulted in Indians winning Oscars were conceptualized, produced, and directed by non-Indians. It is a debatable question whether Hollywood recognizes work on Indian cinema only when it is portrayed through the lens of non-Indian filmmakers. Hi everyone, welcome to Curious with Sama. In this channel, we cover entertainment facts, world facts, mythology, and many more. If any of this interests you, then please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Moving on to the second part of the video, let's see what India is doing wrong. We do not send our best movies to Oscars. Since 1957, India has sent 55 movies for Oscars. In the year 1970, 1975, and 1976, India did not send its official submissions. But in these years, Samskara and Mrigaya had won the national awards. Movie Samskara, a Kannada movie, had even won the Bronze Prize at Locarno International Film Festival. India's official Oscar entry is decided by the Film Federation of India, which looks at movies from across the country. A panel of experts picks one movie from the list, and it is that decision which often irritates people for leaving behind good films. Let's look at some movies that did not deserve Oscar nominations. Jeans in 1998. In the year 1998, India sent movie Jeans as its official entry. India chose to send Jeans, which was a below average movie because it had one face which was globally recognized around the world, Aishwarya Rai. Its selection was nothing short of a joke. It was Aishwarya Rai's second Tamil film and the most expensive one made during that time. Jeans was a commercial hit in South India because of which it was dubbed in Hindi later in 1999, but remained a flop and never truly deserved the right to go to Oscars. Satya, one of the finest movies made by Ram Gopal Varma, was released in the same year. It's till date one of the best gangster movies ever made, but it was left behind in the race to Oscars. In 2005, India sent Paheli as its official entry to the Oscars, which caused a huge uproar as people felt another Rani Mukherjee movie, Black, was more deserving of that honor, with a stronger story and better performances. Paheli did not make it to the Oscar nominations that year. Next in line to create a wave of controversy was the choice of Amitabh Bachchan's starrer Eklavya. In that year, the committee headed by Sudhir Mishra was adamant on sending Eklavya the Royal Guard, keeping aside other popular movies such as Dharam and Guru. As it turned out, Vidhu Vinod Chopra's Eklavya not only bombed at box office, but it fizzled out in the Oscar race as well. The South-North debate erupted once more as there were three brilliant Tamil films, Paruthiveeran, Mozi and Vehil, which were vying for a place on the Oscar nominee. The Good Road, a Gujarati film, was India's official Oscar entry in 2013. This was the year Irfan Khan's Lunchbox received a wave of praise from critics and viewers alike. The film won at many film festivals, including the Viewers' Choice Award at Cannes. Everyone thought it would be a sure shot choice for India's Oscar entry, but eventually the Film Federation chose The Good Road and invited criticism from all sides. Another reason for our failure could be plagiarized movies. Many of our movies sent to Oscars are remake of another movie, either Indian or Hollywood. Some of these movies are Barfi. In the year 2012, India sent Barfi as its official submission, but this movie had many scenes which were directly lifted from international classics. Videos and photos that went viral revealed plenty of scenes in the film were in fact copied frame for frame from international classics like 1952 film Singing in the Rain to even Charlie Chaplin's 1917 short film The Adventurer. Sending Barfi as a nomination sidelined the movies of great caliber in international film arena. Maybe one of these could have garnered an Oscar. The movies which lost out to Barfi were Kahani, Pan Singh Tomar, and Dirty Picture. Gully Boy in 2020. Gully Boy, featuring Ranveersingh and Aliabhatt in lead, was selected as India's official entry in the international feature film category at the 92nd Academy Awards. But when the film was selected for the Oscar run, many drew an obvious comparison between the film and Eminem's Oscar-winning film 8 Mile. Director Zoyaakhtar spoke of the criticism and admitted that it upset her. She added that while 8 Mile was the biggest reference for a movie about rappers, Gully Boy was very specific to our country, space, and its people. Even recently, the Film Federation of India did not nominate RRR or the Kashmirfiles for 2022 nomination. RRR is one of the highest grossing Indian movies of the year and has been more critically acclaimed outside India. Numerous Hollywood celebrities like Edgar Wright, Seth Rogen, Danny DeVito, the Russo brothers, and James Gunn have lauded the film as well. The Kashmir Files, on the other hand, is one of Bollywood's most controversial films in recent years. Historians and critics slammed the Kashmir Files for its propaganda, but the audience absolutely loved the film. Both films attracted significant attention and had much better chances of getting nominated. Instead, the Film Federation of India chose an unknown cello show over films that had good publicity and foreign appeals like RRR and the Kashmir Files. Plus, cello show is heavily inspired by the 1985 Oscar-winning film Cinema Paradiso. So that's a wrap from today's video. Please let me know in the comment section below who do you think is more responsible for Indian film's failure at Oscars. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.